Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to The Toast. Happy Tuesday. Bruno's here, Jax is here, Claudia's here, and
squad going up on a Tuesday.
More on a Tuesday, I would say.
It is a choice.
It is a choice.
It's a choice.
Now, we are choosing to discuss lots of things here at The Toast. You know, I love to discuss things at a glance that we're going to be discussing in the Fast Five.
Run of show, as they call it in the biz.
In the theater. The run of show. Fast Five stories, swirly energy, pargelicious things. But we would
pargelicious definition.
Make the boys go loco. But we would be absolutely remiss. We would be absolutely devastated. We would literally be heartbroken if we didn't discuss like what the hell went down on the internet last night. Literally, I have no idea what. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin other than the fact like Jackie and I went to the Eras tour over the weekend. So many people were like so excited to hear Jax's take, her review of the whole experience. Did the swirlies have a swirly time? We came on here. We said it was the greatest show. Well, you said it was the greatest show on earth. We complained the whole time that there weren't enough of our favorite songs. We said it was so joyful, such a positive female experience for mothers and daughters. Like we couldn't have been more glowing. Like, yeah, we complained about like not wanting more of our fave songs, but like that's just life as a girly. Like you just complain.
No, we could never have generated the amount of clickbait that you guys in the comments generated for us by saying, Jackie's so negative. What, you left early? If I read the comment section, I would have thought Jackie came on the show and said Taylor Swift is an ugly, untalented wench and left early because she was so offended by what she saw. The comments, like I want to say,
we were in shock.
I want to say thank you for all of the clicks that you generated because I think people were like so
shook,
eager to hear what I had to say that would leave a comment section like that. So then for them to hear that I say it's the greatest show on earth, my favorite parts were actually the things that I thought weren't gonna be my favorite parts, and then the things that are always my favorite parts. Actually, I love things even more. Like it was,
and she literally couldn't decide which her favorite era was. Was it Reputation?
Like there were too many favorites. That was a crazy wild ride. I saw that people were so upset that I left early.
She didn't leave early, you guys.
But again, listening comprehension is key. Like I was going to leave a few songs early no matter what I experienced because to me, like getting home an hour earlier is worth those hearing those three songs. You guys, I literally left the Stanley Cup a minute before the game ended so I could beat the traffic out of the stadium.
No,
like I've never stayed at any show until the very last.
Literally same. I'm always running like during the encore to get out. Like it's so misleading to say like they left early. We left a couple of songs early, and by the way, if we didn't, I saw people there literally till 3 a.m. trying to get out of the parking lot. Like it's like it's what you do when you're at like a big it's literally like not a big deal. People were being so nuts, you guys. Like
early, how could you leave early? Like you guys,
we had the best time. Like it was seriously so crazy. Like
no, it was so crazy, but I was actually like very highly entertained by the unwellness taking place in the comments. And I am worried about a lot of you. I hope that, you can get the help that you need. If that was really your takeaway from the episode, like so negative. What do you mean? I spoke about the concert for like 30 minutes. We were having the best time. I went very much into detail about my every single thought on everything. But like, if you're not interested in like comprehensive review of the show, I don't know what you thought I was going to say. It was great, period. No, this was my favorite. This is what I wasn't expected. This is what I wanted. Sorry that my surprise songs that I didn't love them as much as you might have loved them. Like,
no,
are you okay?
It was something else. I was so shocked. Like, if you would have told me yesterday.
And that because I left a few songs early and that, I don't know, that I had thoughts on the show that I don't deserve to go to the tour and it should be for someone else. Mind you, every single person who was around us, and we spoke to everyone around us because there were so many toasters, and then like other people were like, oh, what do you guys do? We just like, we got there early for Grace Abrams, so we were talking to people. Every single person we spoke to, this was either their second or third viewing of the show. Like the Swifties have seen the Eras tour. There is space for me to go and see it one time and leave a few songs early so that I can get an extra 2 hours of sleep. That's what it would have been, 2 hours.
Like the actual, like you explaining yourself, like I'm actually embarrassed. Like no, Jackie, seriously, I'm not even getting into the weeds. Like this is so crazy.
It was so, the volume of comments, I'm like,
Where's this engagement usually?
Right. No, I have to thank you for the engagement, but I also have to worry for your sanity.
Yeah, I don't know like where this influx of like actual haters came from. Like it wasn't the toasters. No, like we said, extrapolation is okay when you trust your faves. Like these were, I don't know where the hell these commenters. Maybe we ended up on like a Taylor Swift subreddit or something. People being like, these girls hate Taylor, and they didn't even actually listen to it because it was so.
Or they said, oh my God, these podcasters got tickets to ours and they left early. And
Yeah.
if you just see that, then like, oh, you think I hated the show and I left early. No, I leave a few songs early for everything so that I can make it home in a timely fashion because I have to get up at 7 a.m. and take care of 2 children.
No,
and like, seeing a song is worth that extra time of sitting in a parking lot in traffic wishing I had just left 10 minutes earlier.
No, please stop explaining yourself. Like, I'm actually embarrassed. Like, this is so stupid. And I just want to say, I don't know what, like, we should have checked like where some of the incoming traffic was coming from because it definitely like was.
Yeah, you can see those.
It definitely was like some like haterade. Like, I don't know where it was. So you guys, Jackie and I were like literally like we finished the show. Like sometimes we're like we know we say something like a little,
Yeah.
and we're like kind of refreshing the comments. Like, what's the temperature? What's everyone thinking? Seriously, we like went on with our day. We literally got lunch. Like I was so not thinking about it. I'm like they're gonna love our Era Store recap, and the woman was too stunned to speak when she picked up her phone.
No, I never would have thought that like leaving a few songs early would garner that reaction. And then you could ask me like, if I knew that people would be so offended by that, would I not have shared that part? Like, no, I feel like that was germane to my recap. Otherwise, like, what would I lied about what I saw at Midnight's?
No, and Jackie also like went to the Eras tour, and this was what she did and what she thought. Like, it's like really, you guys, it's not that crazy.
I never ever would have thought that like saying that I left a few songs early would
have
elicit
garnered
this reaction. And what's so funny is then there was like the regulars who came to watch the episode, and they were like, based on the comments, like
I would have thought
I wasn't expecting, this glowing review of the Eras tour.
So Jackie, how much did you hate the Eras tour?
I loved the Eras tour.
It's seriously
I loved the Eras tour so much. I wish I had more and I stayed longer.
No, like it really was. Sometimes like in this line of work, like sometimes you say something and it's gonna like it's like a hot take, or it's a controversial take. You're expecting some sort of influx, but every now and then, like people genuinely misunderstand what you say, and it's so frustrating because you're like, I literally didn't say that.
Yeah,
that is like enraging actually. And like this was a perfect example. Like we literally sat here and like the words that literally came out of your mouth were like, it's actually the greatest show on earth. Like that really was
like this was the best. That was the best.
And Jackie talked all about how like so many songs from like different parts of her childhood like and resonated with her and like brought her back to XYZ moments. Like it couldn't have been a more comprehensive analysis. And I was in shock.
It's so crazy. I've not experienced like directed at me like the toxic Swiftie fandom.
Yeah.
And I want no part of this. Like I stepped on a landmine. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah,
out of here.
That is exactly what happened.
You guys. And it's like on the one hand, I'm an OG Taylor Swift fan. I've been here longer than most of you. And if you have been here as long as me, that means you're pretty old.
Yeah.
And it's time to grow up.
Yeah, it's time to get out of the comment section and go back to work.
And I can understand if you're listening, you're like, oh, she left early. I wouldn't have left early. And then moved on with your day.
Yeah.
But the ire in the comments was on another level, you guys. It's time, as the people say, to touch grass.
Yeah, it's a touch grass moment.
Between the toes, betwixt the toes, socks off.
Well, all that to say, like Shavasana, Godspeed to all. Like, well wishes. I don't even know. Like, seriously, I don't even know.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. And I feel like there was also something else I wanted to clarify from yesterday's episode, like something I got wrong, but
we'll save it for
I'm sure it'll come to
the corrections department.
Totally. I watched Only Murders in the Building last night.
Why?
Because Ben and I were like really struggling to agree on something, and like we had randomly picked up in the middle of season 3, so we were like, whatever. Let me tell you, that shit is so good. Like it's really a perfect show.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have a grip on me like it used to. I feel like when it first launched, like everyone was obsessed, and by like at the end of the second season, it was like the same thing twice,
Yeah.
But it's kind of a perfect formula. It's really good. Like it's really, really good.
I think I started the 3rd season, it like didn't grip me, and then I just moved on. But like if you're in it, it is really good. Like it's so well written, and
by the way,
it's such a funny concept.
They always get you. Like because there's a murder every season. Like you really haven't. Like we found out who the season 3 murder was last night, and like I never would have guessed. They really got me there.
That's good. I'm reading my book, One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware.
Oh,
do you know? Do you know her? She wrote It Girl. Did you read that one?
No, but I know her.
She's like a swirly writer.
Yep.
I'm not loving the book, but it's for my book club, so I do have to finish
There's
it.
2 books called Perfect Couple.
What? No, this one's called One Perfect Couple, and the other one's called The Perfect Couple.
I don't know. It's a little close for me.
Yeah, but I'm not loving this book, but I do have to finish it because of the book club participation. And then I have to start the Redheads book. So it's a big reading week for me.
Oh my God, opposite for me. As usual, like staying on trend with me the whole year, I haven't picked up my book. Like I'm in the middle of like 6 books.
Yeah. Me
I keep
too.
like
I think
not
I went
finishing.
back and finished one that I was in the middle of.
Long Island Compromise.
Oh my God, I finished Long Island Compromise. Yeah.
Like I seriously am in the middle of the Beatrice Redheads one. What's it called?
Beatrice Williams.
Husbands and Lovers.
Okay.
I am in the middle of Sarah's Key.
Oh.
I am in the middle of this one that I picked up in the Hamptons bookstore. It just like looked cute. There was like a couple of bikini swirlies on the cover. Meh.
I'm in the middle of If You Lived Here, You'd Be Famous by Now. The book that's being picked up by like Kim Kardashian.
Calabasas one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Is it good?
I don't know. I'm like literally like 8% in. I don't think I'm going back.
Yeah, I'm like 20% into 5 books, which actually equals one whole book if you do the math.
It's true, Brewy Louie.
I'm not in my reading era.
It happens. I'm in my era's era.
Heart. She's afraid.
No, I'm afraid.
By the way, are you warm?
Yes, which is funny because the studio was so cold.
We walked in here and I was like, Jackie, the air conditioning on this side of the house like has been broken for a while and like it's now working.
My coil situation, it's all full circle. And remember you could
It's my bedroom too.
Your bedroom didn't have air, so I fixed my coil. We got the air up and running for Trinity next day. But now the air is on full blast. Look, the vent is right above us.
So fucking cold in this studio. Us wearing blankets yesterday, they're both pregnant. Like I can't. They're both covering their like I happen to have like seen so many comments from you. Usually I try not to like look at all the comments. It's really not good to like see that many opinions of yourself like every single day. I check up the top comments because sometimes people are being funny, but like I really try to stay away. But yesterday I like went deep because I was like, what's going on? They're both pregnant. I was like, okay. So I'm like, oh, we can't have a blanket today. Everyone's gonna think. And literally it's so cold in here. Are you sweating now?
I'm warm now. Also, like my pants, and actually these pants aren't going to help the pregnancy rumors because like my belly looks big. Bruno was just
never beating the pregnancy allegations.
Never going to beat them. Just ignore it. Okay.
Yeah. No.
So like between like trying to like sit in a position for my belly and then like the pants. Yes. All is to say I'm warm now. Okay. I'm warm now.
Oh my God, so funny. We also had a unbelievable meal last night. Like I have to give a shout out to Jax for like whipping up such a pargelicious dinner. Like not me eating so well here. I can't stress that enough. Like, and I'm eating such whole well-rounded meals. Like even this morning for breakfast, like your house is just full of like real food. I live in the house of like a frat house. So it's like, what do you want for breakfast? A bowl of cereal? No, this morning I had a yogurt, some fresh fruit and a slice of sourdough with butter and salt. Like not me like checking off all the food pyramid tiers.
That's what we're trying to do around here.
No, it's a nice life you've got.
I've really like revamped my life and it's something that like I take really seriously is food. I don't know what we were watching. Maybe it was lessons in chemistry or maybe it's like one of these a million like things that I get targeted on reels where like someone said like food is medicine. Mm-hmm. Is that lessons in chemistry?
I feel like it's so lessons in chemistry.
But it's like it's the fuel for your body.
It's
like it is important what it is.
No, it's
like
so
you
true.
wouldn't use premium gas, right?
I do use premium gas. What a crock. No, seriously.
True, but like that's how I think of it now. I never used to. Like I actually like if something was homemade, like yucky.
Yeah, of course.
In the garbage.
No, homemade.
What, did your hair come along too with it?
Yeah.
Like if it was from like the factory.
Don't forget to garnish with your toenail. Like
when something was from like the factory sealed, like it couldn't have been better. And now I have done a complete 180 in my life and it's taken like 10 years. It's not like I woke up one day. Like it was a very slow
progression
roll. But so this is the end product and I'm glad that you're noticing it and appreciating it.
It's really lovely to like exist and like stay in a house where there's just like so many like different options. It's not like I feel like in my house when I'm hungry I go to like the snack cabinet. I'm like chips, pretzels, things of that nature. Chips to the Cape and clam bakes. And, so, and like that's like those are my options.
Or if like you're in the mood for something, like you have to go and get it or order it because you don't have it like stocked.
No, and like here, like, oh, I just want a pastry. Let me just go grab the sourdough discard and whip it right up.
Right. But that's nice. Also like a product of having kids and like they need all of those different food groups. And I definitely wasn't getting in on my food groups before kids. Like I was just like, what do I feel like today?
Yeah. So I'm feeling really like, full in a lot of different ways.
I'm so glad. So you enjoyed the dinner last night.
It was so good. Like one of your best.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's a half-baked harvest recipe.
So good.
It was chicken parm, but half of it I didn't parm because some people were like, we want
just non-parm.
No parm.
Yeah. That's me.
No parm. No.
So, you have any beverages over there? I'm kind of thirsty.
I have this really strong coffee. You
Oh,
don't
no.
like Nitspretz.
No.
Usually I have my thermos, but today I was like,
I was hoping for like a sparkling water or something.
oh, or my big tumbler that I've been using on the show.
Yeah.
Which is a really great way to sneak in some hydration.
It is.
But no, I mean,
coffee's not hydrating.
I actually think if you took a sip of this, you would vomit because
I would pass away.
you would. It's real coffee.
No, I don't like coffee. Like that's not from like the grocery store. And I don't know if I'm like thirsty. Coffee's not hydrating.
Coffee is not hydrating. It's dehydrating.
It's what are you looking at over there?
A bottle of water that might be 2 years old.
Oh,
Doesn't that look
it's got some
tasty?
condensation at the
And
top.
it's been opened, which means if it was never opened,
Yeah.
then
No,
you
I'm
could
not
have
drinking
drank
that.
it.
I'm not drinking that.
Do you have anything in your quarters you want to go grab?
I do actually. I do have a nice beverage.
Why don't you go grab and I'll tell everyone how much I love the Eras tour.
Okay.
So yes, the Eras tour. I'm in my Eras era. I'm in my brewy era. Let's get real. Brewis Lewis. It's just me and you again, brewing. Okay, I'm older. Also, something I noticed in the comments, which I was grateful for because I didn't notice it without the comments. Yesterday was the first day in like a number of shows where I made it through the show without singing I'm So Glad My Travie.
And thank God for that.
Made it to the big game. And it's because it was beaten out of me, like by the Eras tour, because I got what? How many songs does she
It's
play?
like 50.
I got 50 Taylor songs that were now in my head, and Travie didn't make it to the big game.
I just want to shout out to Ben Soffer for never cleaning up his like side of the bedroom. He did leave this Gargy Pargy Gatorade.
How is that in my house? Who
I don't
let
know.
that in
He
here?
probably picked it up at like the golf
How did
course.
that pass security?
Well, it was on his nightstand, and here I am feeling hydrated with Gatorade.
I'm in shock.
Yeah, I know. We're not like a Gatorade house.
No, like seriously, how did that get through the doors?
It's kind of delicious. It reminds me of
It
camp.
actually like looks really hydrating in Parge.
It is hydrating.
And Parge?
I wouldn't say it's Parge. No, actually. But it's getting the job done. So that's Parge.
Gotta get the job done.
What are the stories like today? I feel like what is even going on in the world?
That's what the stories are like today. What is even going on in the
Oh,
world?
so it's not. I just got a sneak peek. NSYNC's Joey Fatone.
Claudia, don't spoil no spoilers. No spoilers.
No,
But it's
I'm
something
cracking up.
that harks back to
I know,
a
I
larger
know. I see
story.
it, I see it,
A
I see
larger developing story, okay?
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm older.
I'm older.
So also say no rush to get to the stories.
Oh, okay. So you don't want me to do what I need to do?
No, I feel like we could
Keep chit-chatting?
shoot the shit a little longer.
What's going on in your life?
I mean, you've been in my life. We did
For
split
all
up.
of it.
We did split up kind of early last night, like right after dinner.
Yeah.
Because I was editing a vlog, a really fun vlog. I told you guys about this when Claudia came. I was like cooking and everything. So I'm just like using my big tripod and vlogging around the house.
Yeah, I don't know
You
if
did get introduced to the tripod.
If you guys don't follow us on social media, that's really crazy of you. So I would definitely change that. But if you had wanted to see the kind of critically acclaimed tripod on wheels that we spoke about on Friday's episode of The Toast, we did find you kind of like hid it from me. I couldn't find it all day yesterday.
Zach hit it because the kids play
it's
with
so
it.
ugly.
Because like it's a marvel.
It's literally like Wally. We finally were able to get it on camera, and it's up on our TikTok / Instagram reels right now if you want to check it out.
So you should follow us like to see that, but also to see the content I'll be creating like with this
On the
big
tripod.
fancy tripod. Even
Yeah.
like I did an ad for Dreamland Baby yesterday on my tripod, and like you could tell that the angle was new. Is
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Yeah. And I saw everyone kind of whispering in the comments, like, how'd she get that angle? That's what I saw.
Is her phone floating?
She hates the Eras tour.
She hates the Eras tour.
Oh my, no, now that clip is going to get taken and put back on.
Oh no,
that.
I think they'll clip when I
I
said,
said-
Taylor's an untalented. Did I say ugly too? Wench?
No.
What did I say?
You said like untalented something, but it was hyperbolic.
I think I said untalented ugly wench.
I don't think you would say ugly, honestly.
We should make that the title.
Yeah, let's invite more
Why-
hatred.
Like it's so good for views. Like I know it's
I know.
hard.
It
it's
is hard. It is hard.
road to walk, but it bears fruit.
But let me tell you, that's like a line of like that's a strategy for a lot of people who do what we do, like podcasting, social media. And it's like saying and like leaning into like the craziest things that they could possibly think and feeding off of that toxicity in the comments. And like, that could never be me.
Yeah.
I hate any sort of like drama.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like, I love everything. Like, I'm like afraid.
Yeah, that's so you. I love everything.
Yeah, but I do. I'm really kind of a lover of all things. Why were you giggling?
I was giggling at the thought of that being the title. Taylor Swift is an ugly, untalented wench.
Can you stop saying that? Like, no, but like actually, can you stop? Like, you like
Okay.
what do you want?
Okay, Taylor Swift is a UUW.
Like, stop. Like, seriously, stop. I don't want this. Like, seriously, if you're going to be like that, like, go. I feel like I feel like if we did not work together, you would be one of those people who, like, has...
No, because I wouldn't do it at the end of the day, not because of the controversy, but because it's devoid of facts. Because that's not, like, what I said, and it's just sort of trying to have a moment. Like, I would have a moment, but I appreciate, like, when it's factually accurate. So for that reason, I wouldn't do it.
And for that reason, you're out.
Yeah, but not for, like, the same reasons as you. However, we both end up out.
Yeah. For whatever reasons they may be.
We all got our reasons.
Now, I think to avoid, like, you saying anything else, we should dive in. What do you think?
I think so.
So,
without further ado, here are the Fast Five stories that you need to know.
And the Fast Five stories that you need to know are brought to you by Quince. So if you're looking forward to the weather turning cooler and your wardrobe turning into, like, you know, very pumpkin spice energy, slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince is something we all have to look forward to this season. Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from just $50. And it's not just that. It's that all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, and that includes beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. How are they able to do that? Well, they partner directly with top factories, and they cut out the cost of the middleman and then pass those savings on to you, the customer. The best part about Quince is that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, and of course, premium fabrics and finishes that feel luxurious in every piece. I have pieces from Quince for, like, the last couple of years that I've worn so well. They're, like, the pieces I get the most compliments on and the ones that I wear so frequently, but you wouldn't know because they're just, like, really good staples. So if you're looking to have, like, less crap in your closet and more items that you can wear and style in, like, a really versatile way and just, like, build a capsule wardrobe, Quince is the perfect place to do that. Their products are, like, really high quality. I have great cardigans. I have great cashmere sweaters. I have great trousers from Quince. Everything I get from Quince, I'm, like, really happy that I invested in and that I purchased. And also, it's good to know, like, if you're going to buy high quality items, like, doing it from Quince and those savings are really, like, they really add up, especially when you're buying a lot of stuff. So get cozy in Quince's high quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/toast for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/toast to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/toast, QUINCE.com/TOAST. Today's episode is, of course, brought to you by State Farm. We know that the Toasters could agree that nothing feels better than a personal win. Like when we got our final piece of furniture delivered to your apartment, when your home finally feels complete, or you hit a new personal best at a workout. Whatever it is that you define as a personal win, like maybe you managed to stop for a coffee and still made it to work on time, you found a new pair of jeans that finally fit, or like an old pair that finally fits. Whatever it is that you define as a win, it calls for celebration. And who is cheering right beside you? Of course, it's State Farm. Because with State Farm and the personal price plan, you can create an affordable price just for you when you bundle home and auto. So celebrate by breaking out the confetti and those happy dance moves. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I think there's, like, a lot of rumors about whether they're there or not.
Yeah.
Or
if they're, like, a bad neighbor. Like, I've seen some people not understand that it's, like, a good neighbor.
And that's actually why State Farm contracted us to, like, kind of get the word out. State Farm is there. And they are like a good neighbor.
And what's the best way to drill something into someone's head?
I feel like a little jingle never hurt.
Right.
And I feel like they really understand that at State Farm. So, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility do vary by state. Jax, would you just like to take it home?
Thought you'd never ask. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And Travi did make it to the big game.
Pargylicious.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Hiya Health. So typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. You know, the ones we grew up eating, like seriously, like they're banned from the, like, every country in the world right now. A lot of them are filled with like 2 teaspoons of sugar, really unhealthy chemicals, and other just junk that growing kids should not eat. And that's why Hiya was created. The pediatrician proved superpowered chewable vitamins. So while most children's vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar and they can contribute to a variety of health issues, Hiya is different. They are made with 0 sugar, 0 of that gummy junk, but it tastes great and it's great for picky eaters. So whether that's, you know, yourself or your child. Hiya fills the most common gaps in modern children's diets to provide the full body nourishment that your kids need with a yummy taste that they love. Formulated with the help of nutritional experts, Hiya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. It is non-GMO, it's vegan, it's dairy-free, it's allergy-free, it's gelatin-free, it's nut-free, and pretty much free of everything else that you can imagine. It's designed for kids of all ages. It's sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. Let me tell you, kids love it. My niece Michaela is obsessed. It's like her favorite time of day, and the bottle's really cute. Like you can put like stickers and stuff on it. She's obsessed. Like they really kind of are firing on all cylinders at Hiya, getting the kids like exactly what they need, and they're having fun whilst doing it. We've worked out a special deal for Hiya for their best-selling children vitamin to get 50% off your first order. You go to hiyahealth.com/toast. It's not available on their regular website. Just HIYA health.com/toast to get your kids the full body nourishment that they need to grow into healthy adults. All right, Jax, let's see these stories. Oh, yeah, I see some of the tabs.
Oh, wow, you're really spoiling them for yourself.
For myself, yeah. Well, we're sharing an iPad. To like, our Florida, we're a little budget down here. Like, we don't have 2 iPads.
No, we share one.
Yeah. And we are so deprived.
Our first story is an update in Liam Payne's death. The toxicology results have been released, and they indicate that multiple drugs were in his body at the time of death. So the toxicology results, test results indicate that Liam Payne had multiple drugs in his system at the time of his death last week, including pink cocaine, as well as cocaine, benzodiazepine, and crack, ABC News reported, citing sources. Pink cocaine is a recreational drug that includes ketamine, methamphetamine, MDMA, opioids, and or new psychoactive substances, according to the NIH. Wow, so that's like
everything in one.
5 drugs in the one, plus the benzos, I think they're called.
Yeah, that's like, I know benzos.
Crack. What's benzos?
Crack is crazy. Benzos like pills, like pharmaceuticals, right? Like you actually can be, I think I actually was prescribed once for like my back. You can be, but they're obviously like also can be abused.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of drugs. Like that's really, and then when you see like the state of his hotel room, it kind of makes sense, like full picture wise. But also I had heard the 911 call from like someone at the hotel calling the police just being before they had found him. Just like, we have this guest who's really erratic. We sent him to his room. Like we think he might be, on drugs and alcohol, but there is a balcony in his room. So we're a little worried. They kind of like knew. It was really, I know it was like kind of chilling to hear, like foreshadowing.
Yeah. I think I had read that also some of the drugs that he was on could cause hallucinations. So.
Oh, for sure.
Then.
And when you're mixing like.
Yeah. It's a recipe for disaster, which is what it resulted in.
No, and his dad flew down to Argentina, and there's like a video. He's standing on the balcony trying to like understand how someone falls off the balcony like of this height, and it's kind of like a tall barrier. It's not like a low hanging, and he's like mimicking different movements. It's like so sad.
That's really sad. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So the partial autopsy determined last week that he died of multiple trauma and internal and external hemorrhages as a result of his fall from the balcony. So
right, and he must have fallen like and broken his neck, right? Like because it's a 3rd floor, so that's not like an automatic way to die, right?
Right. It depends what the area of impact was. Yes.
Right. Literally so sad and like so crazy.
So sad. I feel like the whole entertainment and music industry is like still reeling from this. People are still posting their tributes. Obviously the fans, it's just definitely like taken everyone.
Yeah, no, the 1D community, like they're seriously in mourning. They're like, especially on social media, like they're really not okay.
It's really upsetting.
It's really sad. Like, especially like when you think about that he has a 7-year-old kid, like.
Yeah. So that's the latest.
Yeah.
I'm sad for everyone.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story, which is some random beef? File this under random beef.
Okay, who? Me and Jake from State Farm?
Ariana Grande and Elvira.
Oh, I'm obsessed with this.
So Ariana Grande is disheartened by Elvira's claim of rude behavior years ago and recalls having an anxiety attack. So in a recent... and the actress Cassandra Peterson, she plays Elvira.
And that's from what? The Addams Family?
Like from Something Spooky. And
Something Spooky, but it's like something Ariana Grande loves.
When I hear Elvira, I'm like, oh, there's the one Elvira that's like, Morticia Addams vibes. But I didn't like actually know who that was. And no, that is who we're talking about.
It is, she's from Mistress of the Dark.
She's like an iconic spooky woman.
Yeah, what is she? Yeah.
And that's really Ari's beat. So like Ari, it makes sense that like...
Yeah, I feel like Ari has dressed up as Elvira for Halloween like multiple times.
Yes. So the actress who plays Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, posted a recent viral YouTube and TikTok video recalling one of her worst celebrity interactions, alleging that at an onstage horror-themed event that Ari once refused to take a photo with her after asking she pose with a large group of Ariana's friends and relatives. And then her remarks like drew boos from the crowd. So then Ari commented on the post the following day, right?
So wait, Elvira basically said like Ari refused to take a picture with her, but Elvira was really gracious taking pictures with all of Ariana's friends and family.
Yeah, that she
who
brought,
like apparently love Elvira.
She brought a really big like group with her.
Yeah.
So then Ari commented on a post the following day saying that she was so disheartened to see this. She said, quote, "I actually don't even remember getting the chance to meet you because I had an anxiety attack into my memory left before the rest of my family. This was around 7 years ago, and at the time I was really not great with being in public crowds or loud places," which obviously makes sense because of Manchester, is what she's saying.
I didn't understand that inference.
Yes. She said, "But if I'm misremembering this moment, I sincerely apologize for offending you. So thank you for being so nice to my mom. She told me how lovely you were. She might have different feelings about that now, but I'll talk to her. Clearly, we all have our days." She concluded by writing that she was sending love always. You'll always be our queen of Halloween. Okay, so she's the queen of Halloween.
I want to say that like I kind of really like that Ariana Grande didn't just like roll over and take this. Like I feel like a lot of times when you get like called out for something, even if like in that moment like you have a valid excuse, like it's always easier to just be like, "I'm so sorry, like I was having a hard day." I kind of love that she gave a lot of context. Like one, I was having a lot of, and now by the way, thank you, like her putting into context the whole Manchester thing. Like it's natural for anyone to be like not like oh bubbly and so nice to everyone like when you're in a big crowd. Like that makes total sense. And I kind of love that she like responded in a really kind way, but also like gave it back to Elvira. Like one, I don't know if my mom still likes you, and two, yeah, bitch, I was going through a lot.
Yeah. No, it was kind and shady. It was kind of perfect. She's owning up. She's not like saying that she didn't do that, but like she's giving a very reasonable reason as to why she did. And just like also taking the high road with a little bit of low to it. I think it was a really good statement. And it like shuts down the whole thing as opposed to things spinning out. Elvira says.
Yeah. And I don't like, one of my least favorite things is like when people call out, like when celebrities call out other celebrities for being rude one time, when like, it so lacks so much context and like you really truly never know. Like remember Candace Cameron Bure and Jojo Siwa? Jojo was like, she took a picture with everyone except for me. Like whatever. Like,
yeah. No, or like Flaw. We
right.
were just talking about this.
Right. So like I think like when it comes to like, you know what, you want to be marked safe on the internet. So like someone who's in Ariana Grande's position is always going to be like, I'm so sorry. Because like apologizing is the only thing you can do. I like love that she didn't, like honestly, like because yeah, like maybe she was having a bad day. Like it's fine.
And if she is just like a bitch who would do this to anyone at any time,
now everyone would be coming out of the woodwork saying I had the same experience.
Then it wouldn't even matter if she apologized because she's just going to do it again because that's just who she is. So like, yeah, give someone. Trust your faves.
No, and like seriously, 7 years later, talking about one moment, like that's...
Well, she was asked what's the worst celebrity encounter. Like, you know yours, even if it was 10 years ago.
I do. But I have... The thing is, like, if somebody were to ask me on like a big, you know, like in a real interview, like, who was your worst celebrity encounter? I would say who it was. And we all know it's Hillary Duff. But I would also say, like, I actually can acknowledge, like, in that moment, like, I was probably being annoying.
Yeah.
And, like, I was, like, an annoying 16-year-old girl. And, like, she was just trying to have fun on vacation. And, like, you know what? I would have been mean to me, too. Like,
yeah.
Like, I can hold space for the fact that, like, I wasn't being, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I was being annoying, and I was, like, nonstop staring at this person who just wanted to, like, be enjoying her life.
Right.
So, yeah, like, the most gracious person would have put up with me, but, like, sorry, maybe she's not the most gracious person, and, like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Agreed.
That's on growth, okay? Like, not me taking responsibility for the Hillary Duff saga of 2016. Well, 2012.
I feel like you always do.
No, I actually don't. Like, I've, like, I think in the past, like, really historically blamed Hillary for that entire scenario. But I'm woman enough and like grown enough to admit like why was I staring? Like me and my friends like actually get a life.
Yeah. And maybe now like you've been in that position a little bit, like now having seen the other side.
Yeah, but I would never act like Hillary did, honestly.
If someone was like staring.
But the thing is, in this day and age, I feel like things like this happen a lot less because the second you have like an interaction with a celebrity that's less than glowing, you're taking to social media, and like celebrities really want to avoid that. So if anything, like social media has kind of course corrected that. And I think that celebrities like do things and take pictures that they wouldn't ordinarily want to do because they're afraid of like even one tweet.
Yeah.
Because it can look at James Corden. Like it can start a whole Ellen. It could start a whole social media. Like it could ruin your career. One tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you have like a pattern. The behavior. The pattern.
Yeah. So
what was the story?
Ari and Elvira. Who knows what's next for these two?
Yeah, Ari the Elvira. Like take it to the ring. Like let's take it to the streets.
Yeah. So funny.
So funny. And like seriously, I commend the lack of like not just turning over and being like, I'm sorry, I'm bad. Like me, Ariana. Like I like that.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that from Ari because I feel like she's very like, you know, she doesn't get like controversy a lot. She's like a real like pleaser.
Yes, but then when she actually speaks, like she's always saying something.
It's true. She definitely has like a point of view.
She has a point of view, and I like that about her.
Yeah.
It's funny. We've been talking about Ari a lot recently, and like I'm forgetting about
our era of like really being disappointed in her. Yeah.
You know, now it's just like Glinda, Elvira,
like, it's Glinda.
Cynthia.
It's Glinda / Mrs. SpongeBob to you. Like she is still dating this guy.
No, I know.
You can't think about it too much.
But it's really crazy how like enough press like just kind of pushes the news cycle down, and I'm just like thinking about Ari and Ari alone.
And you have to think about Ari, like this isn't her first rodeo. Like remember her big scandal with the donut shop? Like she's kind of used to it.
Yeah.
We will always have the donut shop.
I know, but everyone really let that go.
Yeah, well the thing is like I think like most people, like Ariana Grande has been through like a great deal of trauma. Like I give her a lot of runway, like to just act out.
No, but the donut thing happened before.
Oh, did it? Before Mac Miller too? Yeah, I feel like maybe.
Yeah, and so it was just like absolved, you know? Because she obviously...
What was the name of that donut shop?
I don't know.
Because I feel like when celebrities, like I literally know the name of the yogurt shop that Demi Lovato like was triggered by the diet, like sugar-free diabetic.
Did you
The Big Chill. It's The Big Chill. Like,
did you see what I posted on my story last night of Demi Lovato and Allison Stoner?
You know what I did? And like you were obviously on like a Reels tear last night because you sent me some of the weird, like I woke up from like with like 4 DMs.
You went to sleep too early last night because I was on a Reels tear. And like I knew I was sending you stuff and like it was just gonna then I would have to like watch it all together. Yeah, and then you just like don't get the punch.
Yeah.
But Demi Lovato on her show that we were talking about where she talks to Kid Stars, she talked to Allison Stoner about that viral moment from Camp Rock where Allison Stoner's like playing the piano. They were just like breaking down the behind the scenes of that moment.
Oh, what did they say?
Allison said, production said just like play something and we'll put in something after it. So she didn't even know what the beats were going to be and she just gave a little doo-dee-dee-doop.
Yeah.
And then when she heard what they layered in after, it was like so weird. It was something that like you would play on like one of the toys out there.
Yeah. No, it's seriously like one of the weirdest scenes.
And then they have Demi being like, and then I had to be like, that's really
wow, she's really good.
Demi says it and it overlaid with Mitchie. Like it was just really funny.
That is funny. No, I feel like I'm also coming around a lot on Demi Lovato. She went through like a couple of insufferable years.
Yeah.
The Big Chill ice cream debacle of 2019. But I feel like she's like happy in her life.
Yeah.
And that's like radiating. And I'm actually, every time I see her, remember when she was like doing that stupid alien thing? Like she was,
I saw a clip also. I got reels of her on her alien show and she said that like one of the ghosts was kind of stuck. They couldn't move on. And so she sang.
Yeah, but that's old. That's from her insufferable era.
I know. I didn't think it was new, but it was just like sometimes old shit comes up.
Yeah.
And it was like, don't forget, Demi Lovato once sang to a ghost so he could pass on.
Yeah. What did she sing? Skyscraper?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't stick around.
So I feel like we haven't talked enough about like she did like she's kind of I'm coming around on her. I
feel like I talked about it because I was saying how I was stalking her Instagram recently. Don't know why. And she's doing like a lot of cooking and like with her mans and she seems really happy and like then she's also doing her show and I had noticed that she was trending upwards.
And she's like chilling. Like she's not trying so hard. Like she's just like enjoying her life. And it's nice to see somebody like stable, like doing well.
They need to break down that Camp Rock scene where they're like
they need this one.
Yeah.
Camp Rock. Yeah.
Oh, Bruno, it's okay. Sorry, it's just Camp Rock.
And they also, it's Bruno, don't worry, it's just Camp Rock. They also need to break down this Camp Rock scene. Whatever made you a loser.
No, it's seriously so funny.
And like the fact that like that movie raised us and we're not bigger losers is actually miraculous.
Well, it was all out of balance, right?
Yeah. Because we were also watching like Clueless and Mean Girls.
And like the OC and so.
We had like a wide range of interests.
Yet they're also all incredibly basic and everyone was watching the same things as us.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yes. What number?
3. Kristin Cavallari breaks her silence on Jay Cutler's DUI arrest.
Oh, I wasn't waiting for her to speak, honestly.
No, but she speaks like for a living, and this is something that happened so close to her, so she did have to address it.
It's kind of like the plague of being a podcaster.
It is, but she handled it like a pro, which she is, because she made a brief statement at the start of her most recent episode of her podcast, sharing that she had recorded the episode about breakups before the news of Jay's arrest, so she just put in at the top, I do, of course, wish Jay the best and hope he gets the help that he needs, but that's all I will be saying about it.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish she didn't even say anything. I really don't like this culture where like we demand people speak. Like him drinking and driving has literally nothing to do with Kristin Cavallari. Like can she be left out of this for once?
Yeah, but I feel like if she didn't say something about it, then not me. other people, like annoying people. Like, why didn't Kristin talk about this? Why didn't Kristin talk about that? So
because
just,
it's private,
nipping it in the bud, like addressing it by saying like, that's all I'm saying about it, I think again is like a pargy way to handle things.
Yeah, but like it just bothers me. Like it's really not her problem.
No, it's not.
Like now, well, she didn't drink, she didn't drive. Like now she has to deal with the fallout. Like this literally isn't even her man.
Yeah, but I think people like she talks about things and she talks about like
let's be honest.
Yeah, that's her thing. So I think it's congruous with her brand to just like bring it up.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
What do you think their relationship is like? I feel like it was contentious like during the actual divorce because there was like a lot of money going around. But I feel like they're actually like good co-parents now, but I have no proof of that.
Yeah, and I don't know why I have the vibe that like she just got more custody. Not to do with the DUI, like recently just shook out where like she's with them more. She's also been posting them more, which she like never posted them before.
Maybe they're old enough to like consent.
Or like just their agreement has changed. I don't know. But I feel like they do a really good job, even if it's hard and we don't know. She makes it look not hard and like she makes it look really smooth.
And she never drags like it into the public space.
I think
like,
she handles it like really,
and I'm
really
sure it's
well.
riddled with drama and like I'm sure he's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like, you know, does it all for the kids. And honestly, it's really classy.
Yeah, she keeps it classy.
Yeah.
In a non-ironic way.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that term without it like keeping it classy without it sounding like the opposite of classy.
No, and classy has just kind of become a word, like an insult exclusively used on reality TV. Like, that's not very classy of you. And it's like, what does that even mean?
Like, look where we are.
Yeah, no, like we're on reality TV. None of this is classy. No, and it's like, I feel like it started with like the housewives, like the older women, like who used it in a real way. There used to be a time where the word classy meant something. And now it's just kind of like corny.
It's so corny. And it's a shame because it's a good word.
Yeah, we lost another good one.
Add it to the list.
We should start a list of words that like truly have no meaning anymore. Like classy being one of them. Gaslighting is another. That's one of our faves.
Yeah.
Like that gets used so much in like culture and like internet usage that like the actual definition of it no longer applies.
Well, that would also be literally.
Yeah, dying. Because if we all died as frequent, like there would be no one left on Earth.
Rip humanity.
Rip to civilization.
Rip.
Speaking of rip, when is Yellowstone coming back?
Claudia, that's our next story.
Okay, well, I don't want to go there yet.
That's so weird.
Because you know
Did
what else?
You know that? Did
no,
you spoil
I didn't.
It for yourself?
I didn't see. Because I was thinking as I was looking for something to watch, and I ended up watching Only Murders last night. I saw Ginny and Georgia. I was like, oh, new season. No, it hasn't come out yet. There are some shows that like seriously take 3-year breaks. And now obviously Yellowstone had a lot of drama, but
also
what's
SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA.
But what is the tea? Where the hell is Ginny and Georgia season 3? Now, let me tell you something about Ginny and Georgia. First of all, you would love it. By the way, you guys, Jackie would love Ginny and Georgia. You know what it is? It's one of your bad shows that's actually popular. It's like the #1 show on Netflix. Your favorite boy is in it. Like I feel like if this guy's in a show, like you like it. Jason Street, the actor who plays Jason Street from Friday Night Lights.
That's your favorite boy.
I do love him.
He's like your Richard from Bold Type.
Yeah. I was going to say like, yeah. The Bold and the Beautiful. That's what I almost said. Yeah, no, like there are certain actors, like you can't really define their genre, but it's like bad, you know?
It's like working actor.
Yep. I feel like Jason Street is like a little bit more elevated because he played like one iconic role. I don't even know his name. Scott Porter, I think it is. But I'm literally his #1 fan.
Scott Porter, date of birth. Address.
Well, he's in it, by the way. I think you should add, like, I'm actually really going to insist that you add Ginny and Georgia to your content plate.
Okay, I'm older.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question, we need to get into the next story. But before we get into the next story, you need to tell us something.
That today's episode is brought to you by Wayfair, the place that you need to shop for all things home this holiday season. From sofas and spatulas to everything you need for holiday hosting, like festive cookware, cozy bedding, and holiday decor galore. Let me tell you something about Wayfair. My whole house is from Wayfair. I've been shopping at Wayfair like since I first moved into my grown-up apartment. And the cool thing is like, no matter your budget, I feel like my budget like over the last like 5 or 10 years has always changed, but I'm always able to find exactly what I need at Wayfair. I love Wayfair. And when you think like, oh, they probably don't sell this at Wayfair, they low-key sell everything. Like obviously you would think like furniture, right? A couch, but they really have everything, especially if you're looking for like very pargy, Instagram-y vibes, like festive holiday tings. You can really shop it at Wayfair. So there's really something for every style and every home, no matter what your space is and no matter what your budget is. Wayfair is your one-stop shop for everything on your to-do list this holiday season, from extra seating for the whole family, bedding sets for your guest room, kitchen brands that you love, tabletop decor for every holiday. I feel like this is the time of year where people get a new dining table, like with a leaflet. Is that what it's called?
A leaf.
A leaf, not a leaflet?
I think it's just a leaf.
Yeah, a leaflet's like a pamphlet.
Well, you could get a leaflet on your dining table.
You could. They have Pargy ones at Wayfair. They really have everything. And they have free and easy shipping, even on the huge stuff. They'll help you set it up as well. So their selection's pretty much endless. Everything from holiday decor to area rugs, cookware, bedding, and living room updates. Wayfair is your one-stop holiday shop for everything on your to-do list this season. Head to wayfair.com right now to get your home holiday ready. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Today's episode is also brought to you by iRestore. So if you care about skincare, it's no secret that red light therapy can improve the appearance of your skin. However, most at-home options are ineffective and really uncomfortable. And that's why iRestore developed their innovative brand new Illumina face mask. iRestore found that most at-home options do not have enough LED or emit enough power to see real results on your skin. Their powerful mask uses clinically proven technology with 360 medical-grade LEDs, 2 times more LED than most competitors. More LEDs mean better, more even skin treatment. It's also the only mask in existence that can emit red light, infrared light, and blue light at the same time, allowing Illumina to tackle anti-aging, acne, and inflammation all at once. I feel like red light is one of those things that's really slowly like taken over the wellness space. And I've seen these masks, and I don't know why, I feel like some of them, and if you've ever tried one on, you can like it feels fake. The iRestore one's really legit. It's like heavy duty. You can feel like the actual results after a couple of uses. With just 10 minutes of treatments 3 to 5 times a week, iRestore's Illumina face mask is clinically proven to reduce wrinkles, acne, sun damages, and the blemishes on your skin. For a limited time only, our listeners get 25% off their Illumina face mask when you use code TOAST25 at irestorelaser.com. That's 25% off the Illumina face mask at irestorelaser.com. Our promo code is TOAST25. That's TOAST25. I really, as I'm getting older, like obviously wrinkles, but really like sun spots and like sun damage. And I like the use of red light therapy. I think the iRestore mask is really great.
It's such a good mask.
They offer a 12-month money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free. If your skin doesn't look healthier, you'll get a full refund. No questions, just fabulous skin or your money back. So make sure to use our code TOAST25. Today's episode is also brought to you by GNC. So GLP-1 medications, I feel like everyone's talking about them, mostly me. They're really great for weight loss, but all the possible side effects can be a major obstacle for a lot of people, myself included. And that's why GNC is here with support for the journey, offering high quality nutritional solutions and lifestyle advice to help people through those issues and reach their weight loss goals. So obviously a number one concern when people go on GLP-1 is that when they go off of it, there's going to be weight regain. So if there's one thing that you should be ready for, it should be life after the medication, where your cravings increase, your appetite increases. It really does all come back. But don't give up enjoying what you eat. Be ready with top-rated meal GNC Total Lean replacement bars and shakes, satisfying protein snacks, and more. We have a discount, as you guys know, so stay tuned for that. Another great thing to have on hand is their number one selling Glucotrim supplement. It has a track record of proven weight loss. It does not require a prescription. So when combined with a healthy diet and exercise, Glucotrim is proven to help you lose nearly 12 pounds with results starting in as little as 2 weeks. So the bottom line is that there are solutions for life after GLP-1. You can do it. Like if I can do it, I swear to God, anyone can. So be ready to discontinue your GLP-1 by going in prepared. Shopping at GNC has been one of my biggest hacks since getting off of Ozempic. And honestly, being prepared, having those bars, those snacks, those shakes, the supplements, having them in your house, like it will help you make good decisions. So if you're looking for low calorie, hunger satisfying foods and drinks, try GNC Total Lean. You'll love all the amazing flavors and the 25% discount when you go to gnc.com/toast. Use our code TOAST25 for 25% off all GNC Total Lean products.
Thank you, Turtleine.
Really, what can I say except
You're welcome. Are you obsessed with that song? Hearing it every day here?
No.
It's pretty good.
Of all the songs that like the kids make you play like 4,000 times, it's not the worst one.
No, it's not. The worst one is C is for Cookie.
Yes, I definitely agree.
Our next story, to answer your question, Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 trailer is here.
Oh,
the
wow.
end is near in the explosive
I don't know why.
final
I feel like we're never
season.
going to see it. Like
I just watched the trailer.
It just still doesn't feel real.
And like it was there. And it was there. I was rare.
I don't even remember like how the show, I have to watch like the last couple of episodes again.
Right. So they just dropped the trailer for the new upcoming season. And it looks good. And John's in it.
John's in it?
John's in it. Maybe like, I don't know, he passes in the first episode, but
Right.
he is there like
They definitely-
talking about stuff.
They definitely do, and they should kill him. I think for the plot line, it actually works.
Yes.
And for like the vibes on set, I feel as though it probably
Well, the
worked.
set is done. So
No, but I'm saying if like day one of shooting, the first episode, they kill him, like for the remainder of the episodes that they had to film, they could go out like on a nice note.
I just like don't know why he couldn't like stand a few more days of
Pay.
filming. The show comes back on November 10th, which is like tomorrow.
Oh, that's really soon.
Yeah. So we can watch it. It might still be here.
Probably.
So there you go, to answer your question.
Okay. What do you think is going to happen? Like, I think it's so obvious that like it's probably not going to be like John dies and they battle it out for who gets it. And obviously Beth and Rip get it. And that kid becomes their like ward.
No, I think, well, one, there was in the trailer, like Casey and who's the president of the reservation?
Oh, the classic guy from Twilight.
Classic guy from Twilight. They do like
The mayor.
a blood oath. They like, you know,
so
very
they-
like,
Like a pact.
yeah, what's that movie?
Hangover.
No, like about the witches, Sandra Bullock and
The witches?
yeah, when Practical Magic.
Bitch, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's very practical magic. Anyways, they do an oath, and I think that it's going to end with an alliance between the two of them of like somehow sharing the land, and then it goes to Casey's son, who is like of both worlds.
Bloods, yeah.
And it ends kind of in a Pargylicious way.
Like that is Pargylicious, except what about Beth and Rip? Like what? They're being punished because Rip like grew up without parents and Beth was what's the word?
Sterilized?
Against her will.
Yeah.
How is that fair?
No, it's not fair.
So like, I know, but life on the ranch isn't fair.
But I mean, Rip, like the ranch still needs to be worked. So
Great, so he could be like a labor, but he doesn't get to own any of the land. Like nobody loves and nobody knows that land better than him. Casey doesn't.
right. So like, I don't know. Maybe there's just a Pargylicious pact.
I mean, it would be nice if there was a Pargylicious pact, but I feel like there isn't a perfect solution for everyone.
I feel, and I kind of want it to end that way, where it's like a piece for Gretchen Wieners
And to be
partial
honest,
Yellowstone air.
I'm not rooting for Casey. I know he's kind of like the obvious choice because it fixes a problem, you know,
Yeah.
both worlds. But like you literally abandoned your family for so many years and like you didn't even help with the ranch. Like meanwhile, like there's Rip every day slaving up at dawn. Like, I don't know. I just feel like manual sweat equity and like labor has to count for something.
Yeah, it should be.
And
Then
Casey
what
doesn't
about
do it for me.
Then what about the old guy too?
Who's the old guy?
You know, the one that's always around that was dating the young girl. And he's like, so
But he's not like a part of the family. Rip is different.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about like sweat equity,
No, he's like a paid employee.
so is Rip.
No, Rip is family,
No,
Jax.
no, I agree with you. And anyways, also say usually I'm not about the like peace for everyone and like everyone's a
Communist
winner.
energy.
However, like that's how I expect the show to end. But now in thinking about it, like I also would love a choice, much like Succession, where it's like, and now it goes to Tom. Love
Right.
that.
Same with Game of Thrones. Like they did choose someone.
And
Like
I do like a choice. So even if it was like
someone we hate, Jamie.
that would be entertaining.
Yeah, I actually agree.
It can't be Jamie though. That will not be
Jackie.
like, please, no, never.
Can't be Jamie.
He cannot be rewarded for everything that he's done.
Like
But even if they said like, Casey, it goes to you,
yeah.
I will accept that.
Well, who do you think John's favorite kid is?
Casey.
Yeah. Who do you think John thinks is most capable? Beth.
No, maybe Casey. I think they need each other.
Like Casey.
I know, he's just like
He's just like,
yeah.
you know?
I mean, just Beth and Rip are so entertaining.
Yeah, no, and like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like it's
To me, like, there's
he doesn't
only,
get the one-liners. Like I don't think we're
it's
supposed
true.
to be obsessed with him.
there's
He's just
only
nice
one
looking.
like clear winner successor, but that means we're not going to get. But like, it's not a show that gives like happy endings. I feel like they're going to lose the ranch.
But also,
completely.
like Beth and Rip, they don't have heirs, so it's not really an answer.
They have that kid.
That who is that kid? Like I'm sorry, that's
He's
not.
a wayward child, but he's literally like Rip 20 years ago.
Yeah, sure, but he hasn't put in 20 years of work.
He's going to.
He just showed up. Like I'm sorry, it doesn't all go to him.
Yeah, no, it's so true. They literally picked him up on the side of the road. Meanwhile, like Casey's kid's like, hello.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. It's nice to have a show back, you know?
It is nice to have a show back. So November 10th, we'll see
What
you
has
there.
it been? Like 4 years?
The first part wrapped up in January 2023. So it will have been almost 2 whole years.
That's literally
we're
like
a little
not crazy at all.
A little dramatic.
Where is Ginny and Georgia season 3? I feel like everyone's over here talking about, and by the way, I met Ginny at an event. She was like really cool. Her name was like Brienne something.
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth, yeah. Honestly, she should have won the Game of Thrones, Brienne.
Totally.
Justice for Brienne.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story, which was kind of teased at the beginning of the show? You were like spoiling my big announcement.
I don't know if I've said this, and if I have, I must say it every time we talk about NSYNC and Joey Fatone specifically, but I actually remember where I was when I realized that his last name was not Fat One.
It's Fatone.
Yeah, like Olivia told us. Do you remember that board game we used to have that we would play at our house in Florida? Like, it was like a card game with like NSYNC.
No.
I feel like Olivia would remember. We were sitting
she was
at
like
the dining room table. Yeah, the youth. We were sitting at the dining room table and I was like, Fat One, ha! She was like, it's actually Fatone. And I was like, seriously, my worldview has never been the same since that moment.
Yeah.
I wonder if she remembers that. I'll ask her tonight.
I feel like you're not talking into your mic like you usually do. Like it's like in your neck, which is so not like you.
Are you calling me fat? Like,
no, you're like always on type of mic placement.
Sorry, I'm so comfortable. I'm having such a good time.
I never have to correct you, but like I've noticed. Was
I just being like Mary Orton vibes?
I think so. You were literally like, you were talking like this. Like if I were talking like this, Claudia, would you stop me?
Yeah, I would. I was talking like that?
Sort of, yeah.
That's so not like me.
Right. I didn't
game.
even know how to tell you.
Oh my God. Like, how long?
A few minutes.
Oh, you guys, I'm really sorry. I actually feel like it was okay. The
thing is, there's a huge microphone. You talked like 1 inch to the left of it. So
yeah, no, the only real issue, and if anyone's curious about like the IT, the tech behind the magic, the really only issue is if you talk away from the mic.
But still, there is a huge microphone. You're talking 1 inch away from it. It's a little bit lower, but you can still hear.
Yeah, and to be honest,
it picked up the vacuum yesterday.
The microphones need to be doing better. Like these are expensive microphones. Like find my mouth. Do you know what I mean? I need like an automatic door, like one that follows you.
Yeah,
I need a microphone because I'm so emotive.
That's actually a really good idea. Sure, get on it. Maybe work with Heil.
Yes.
Sure, Heil. Anyways, our fifth and final story.
Joey Fatone's big news.
He is joining and Juliet on Broadway with Charlie D'Amelio. And he'll be singing Backstreet Boys songs in the show.
Yeah, they do. I forget which songs that they sing, but the classics.
Yeah.
Who is he playing?
So he will join in the role of Lance, replacing original Broadway cast member Paolo Cesat for a limited 9-week engagement. That's like, it's giving, I don't know anything about the show, but it's giving Lance a lot. Just saying.
Paolo what?
He's playing Lance.
Lance. Like the way I saw this show, and every time we talk about like different cast members, I could not tell you who any of these people are.
It's not Lance Bass.
Dubois.
Is it Lancelot?
He's a supporting character. He's Angelique's love interest and Francois's father. And who is Angelique? And who is Francois?
And where does Charlie fit in?
She's just a dancer in the back.
She's in the chorus line.
Yeah, and by the way, she's making a lot of TikToks with like the fellow swirlies. Like I think they're loving her and she's so loving
cute.
it. I know.
Charlie.
It's once again a reminder, like your son shares a name with the greatest talent of our generation.
I like that for her and for him.
And for him.
Charlie.
Well, I'm happy for Joey.
And for Joey.
I feel like being a member of one of those bands, well, really not even Backstreet Boys, because they've been like back together for a while and they like all make a living. Mm-hmm. I feel like being one of the lesser known members of NSYNC is like probably like a terrible fate, to be completely honest. Like Justin Timberlake left and like he's a billionaire. Now, I don't know if any of them ever even tried to do solo performances, but as far as I know, like a lot of them do. Like that guy Chris, like does like solo NSYNC appearances. Like I don't think they're very high paying, and it's just so crazy to see like Justin Timberlake out here like doing the Super Bowl halftime show, and like some of his bandmates, I bet like can't even pay their rent. Like for real.
I think that being one of the other members of NSYNC is better than being like one of the other members of 98 Degrees. At least I know their names.
Okay, so yes, there's definitely fates worse. But I think it would have been better for some of them to have been in a band that never took off, so that like 35 they just got a job.
I just feel like these guys, like anything that they want to do in a certain realm, you know, like if they wanted to go on Dancing with the Stars, they can do, like they can really do.
I think you're speaking exclusively for JC Chazé. Like take him out.
No, Lance Bass.
Oh, actually, I forget. No,
and then Chris. Right. We are always seeing Chris.
No, we're actually not. Okay, I guess I'm exclusively speaking about Chris.
He's always on the CMA red carpet.
Because when I talk about like, no, you're thinking of AJ from Backstreet Boys. He's always on the CMA red carpet. We've interviewed him twice.
Him too.
No, you're right. I guess Lance Bass.
Like any door is really open to them. Like maybe not the biggest, most best A-list doors, but like a lot of doors are open. They need ancillary. They need hosts for stuff. They need cast members for this show or that show.
Lance Bass,
maybe you want to host a Cupcake Wars?
Made a life for himself. I completely agree about.
You want to start a podcast at iHeartRadio? Sure.
JC Chazé did date Eva Longoria, and that's not nothing.
That's not nothing.
And then Joey Fatone is like a cultural icon, especially for the Greek community. He was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding
You
1,
want
2,
to
and
be
3.
a cast member in this movie? Sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot that they can do. I think it must be really fun and like kind of low stakes, low pressure.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a lot of Instagram followers. They could also hawk some ads. Like, I think it's actually a nice life. And meanwhile, look at Justin. Does anyone seem more miserable?
So
These guys seem like happy guys.
So true, like well-adjusted.
Not that I know any of them.
No, I know. I feel like Lance Bass is definitely like a happy person.
Yeah. Oh, and you want to go do a Broadway show where they sing your songs? Sure. Oh, but he's singing Backstreet Boys songs.
Oh, so, yikes.
He's in singing.
Oh, God. How did we just put that together?
I don't know.
Yeah, because Max Martin did Backstreet Boys songs. I think they sang I Want It That Way.
I love that. And so he said they have some bangers like the Backstreet Boys. That's cute. A little crossover.
Oh, wait, you know what? I like that. The story is like an added layer. Yeah, the story has legs. It's not the dead end I thought it was.
It's not what met the eye.
It's not what met the eye.
So, Mazel Tov to Lance Bass.
No, to Joey. Are you okay?
And Lance Bass, just for being
Of course.
Lance.
Honestly, for being like a queer icon.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even remember Lance Bass coming out. But I am like now I'm like well, that's probably a really big deal. But like I don't even remember him like ever not being gay.
I don't think that you would have.
Did he come out while the band was still together? Or did he stay in the closet while the band, and then when they broke up,
I feel like when they
live his
broke up, because
truth?
I feel like when you think about it, just like One Direction, like I feel like they weren't actually together that long.
Yeah.
It was just like a powerful number of years.
And like the music had such an impact. But like actually that's a perfect example. Like imagine if one of the members of One Direction came out as gay. Like you're like this teenage girl heartthrob.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of pressure. You like don't want to give that up.
Yeah, let me look. How long was NSYNC together? Same with Spice Girls. Like I don't think.
By the way, no, but I feel like everybody knows Spice Girls were actually together for 1 year. Like it's so crazy. The amount that they accomplished in such a short amount of time is impressive.
Okay. They were active from 1995 to 2002.
Oh, that's long.
And then 7 years, and then again 2023 to present. Remember, they like got back together for the movie.
Please.
Wait, this is
when
really
Justin
fun
Timberlake hit a true low
activity. How long was what were you just saying? One Direction.
I feel like they were together for like 10 years.
Really? They were formed in 2010. Zayn left in 2015, and then
when did the rest? How long did they last without Zayn? I kind of liked it without Zayn. Like I thought 4 was a good amount.
They went on hiatus in 2016, and that was that.
All right, so 6 years.
Okay.
That was also really interesting when Zayn left and how the band really wasn't impacted that much. Like there was a lot of drama, but I feel like some of their best music came out after that. And like we're still selling out. Like when Camila Cabello left Fifth Harmony, like they had to break up the band because
Spice Girls were together for 6 years. 1994 they formed. Their breakthrough came between 96 and 97, and then they split in 2000. Respectable.
That's pretty long.
So that seems to be the shelf life for a band such as these.
When you're not related.
Unless you're like, the Beatles, but then you have your other problems.
Right. Like you're annoying.
No, like you guys are best friends, but like you also like there's a lot of infighting. Like bands that are put together like this.
Yes.
Not like childhood in the
They don't
garage.
have history. Yeah.
You and me.
By the way, you know who's still together?
A whole lot of history.
You know who's still together?
Lady A.
Classic. But no, like in terms of like boy bands, they don't get enough credit.
Five Sauce.
5 Seconds of Summer is still together. Like I think they also do their own solo projects, but they seem to be like having a good, work-life balance.
Blink 182.
Simple Plan. Well, then it's like a lot of these bands took huge breaks.
But those aren't boy bands. So like, and also when someone is the drummer and someone's the guitar player, we all know our place. When we have like 5 main singers.
Yeah, well.
Jonas Brothers.
5 Seconds of Summer, everyone has a place. There's like a band.
So we need to think of like.
Jonas Brothers, yeah.
People who just all sing.
That's the difference between like a musical group and a band. Like actually One Direction is not a band.
Right. So let's think of a musical group. What's like the longest running musical group?
Like ABBA. Oh my God, twins. Yeah.
Okay, but like contemporary, just for the sake of the exercise.
Like honestly, you know who? Well, they each have their own roles, but like who's out here killing it, like copacetically? Like Imagine Dragons, Coldplay. But again, they're also there's like a clear role of who's the front man.
Right.
I feel like Maroon 5 struggled for a little bit, like
But they're a band. Like he's the lead singer.
But musical like groups are like not really a thing anymore. Like
Little Mix.
No, not what. Wait, what am I
Even
going to say?
Blackpink.
Who sings
out
Pontoon?
On her own.
Little Big Town. They are not a band. They're like a group. Like they all 4 stand at the front.
Yeah, country music like does it pretty well. I love a group.
Rascal.
I love a group.
Rascal Flatts is a band.
Fifth Harmony. It's that 5-6 year shelf life.
Yeah.
Rascal Flatts was a band, not a name.
I just feel like that's up for debate. That's our show, you guys. Fast 5 stories that you definitely needed to know.
Especially the last one.
Definitely the
Little
last one.
dinner
And
table
it's-
combo.
Maybe you didn't know that it's Fatone, not Fat One.
Maybe you didn't know that he'll be singing Backstreet Boys with Charlie D'Amelio.
On Broadway. So feel free to get your tickets. And Juliet.com. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Toast of Millennium Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We are also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places wherever you listen to podcasts. Find us, the Toast. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, about how stunning, and about how wickedly talented we are, of course.
Love ya. Bye.